I'm here with Mark Amodio. And what brings you to Vancouver?
Well, I was in Calgary at one time, and I was working at Walmart, but then when I quit there, I had no money. But I knew there was shelters here, so I thought, okay, I'm going to get to Vancouver and apply for my unemployment here.
So Vancouver had a reputation for having shelters.
Yeah, shelters and free food and that, just in case I got hungry while I had no money.
So you came here on a bus?
I came here on a bus.
Is that how you got here?
Yeah, I had one duffel bag with me full of clothes, and that's basically it. But then I didn't get a bed the first night, so I had to sleep out on a bench. But that was really a nice night out, so I didn't mind. Slept out on the bench that night, and the next night I had shelter.
So you came to this building. Tell us about this building.
Well, I came here a little later after I got in a shelter. I put my application in here, but there's like a 3 or 4 or 5 year waiting list.
5-year waiting list? So you were willing to wait that long?
If I had to. They are either $384 or $487. Depends how much money you make.
So your adventures in Vancouver, are they leaving you with a good feeling or a bad feeling overall?
Actually, a good feeling, because there's nowhere else, I don't believe, in Ontario that provides all these facilities like shelters and free food. If you go starving down here, you got an issue. I had money, one time I had money 5 years ago when I got unemployment at the auto industry. But when you're unemployed for 5 years and you got to pay bills, it takes all your money.
Well, Mark, we're going to take a walk down memory lane and talk about your stay in Vancouver.
Applied for the Grace Mansion. I put my application in there, and they turned it down. While I was applying there, I stayed at the Union Gospel Mission, and you're allowed to stay there 2 weeks, and then you have to leave for a month. But there's other places you're allowed to stay 2 weeks, and you leave for a month. So I just rotated from shelter to shelter until I got a place. I lived at the Grand Union for a month right off the bat, but I knew this wasn't going to work because I didn't want to collect welfare and get in debt to them when my unemployment was spending. So I thought, let's move out of there and pay off those debts, my welfare and my Walmart MasterCard. And I paid those all off. I'm debt-free now.
So your strategy was to live without having to get further into debt?
Yes.
Pay your debt?
Yes.
And to stay with a roof over your head?
Yeah.
And you were successful at doing that?
Yes, I was. Because I don't have a drug problem. I don't have an alcohol problem. I don't smoke. So I never did any of that. So that's why I could pay it off. People who are doing that are always in debt to somebody.
Mm-hmm. We're across from the Astoria Hotel. What are the rooms like at the Astoria?
I've checked them out. I went in one of the rooms. They're almost like the Grand Union rooms, but they charge $450 a month. Grand Union charges $400, but I think they're just a little bit nicer than the Grand Union, but a little more expensive.
Comes with a double bed.
Yes.
A sink.
Yep. And a dresser. And a dresser.
And a window.
And a window and a bed.
And a door that locks.
Yes. And that's basically it. That's just a room. They had a place for April 1st, but I decided to go with the Grand Union because it's $50 cheaper.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the place is a little messy.
That's all right. So this is, by definition, an SRO.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a window.
The window doesn't get much air because there's no window outside.
Oh.
It's a window that goes up there. That's where the air comes in.
Okay. So do you cook in here?
Hardly ever. I don't use a microwave.
Okay. So you have a sink and a fridge. Do you use the fridge?
Yes.
So we've been visiting the Grand Union.
Yes.
With Mark.
Yes.
And for Access TV, I'm Molly Caron, shamelessly promoting our friends and community.